Good morning and welcome to day 4 of the 21-day nutrition workshop presented by Kim's Prescription for Health. My name's Kim and I'm your host as we talk through 21 days of nutrition education. So welcome back to week 1. The theme for this week has been the basics. So a little earlier this week we talked about whole food nutrition. Yesterday I ran through how to eat healthy on a budget, and today we're going to jump right into meal planning or meal planning 101. So meal planning tends to be one of the most difficult challenges for a lot of my clients when it comes to sticking to a program. They either don't know where to start, they don't know how to put meals together, they don't have the resources to kind of get the planning and the meal planning together. So I definitely understand that. If this is a pain point for you, I can completely relate. Meal planning was a huge struggle for me. I've never been a fan of cooking. I've always struggled in the kitchen. I didn't even really know how to put a basic meal together, like what the components of a basic meal were. So this is something that took a while for me to get down. But as I've gone through the Faster Way to Fat Loss program, I've learned some simple steps or some steps to simplifying meal planning, and I've actually gotten a lot more confident in the kitchen. So I want you to be encouraged that it just takes practice and time. And today I will share my top 3 tips for meal planning. So, tip number 1, keep it simple. When you think of meal planning or when you think of putting a meal together, it really just consists of 3 things. You're going to have a protein, a vegetable, and a carbohydrate. So your priority should be the protein and the vegetable. Start with your dinners. So think of what you want to eat over the course of the week. Maybe you want to have a chicken dish, a pork dish, maybe steak, maybe a ground turkey. So 2 of my favorite things, my staples that I always have on hand, I have a couple packages of ground turkey and I have a couple packages of chicken breast. I know I can throw together just about any meal, maybe 30, 40 different combinations just by having those on hand. So find what you like, find what your family likes, keep those on hand, keep those in mind, because those will be your go-to proteins. Then keep seasonings on hand. So I keep a handful. I keep fajita seasoning, taco seasoning, lemon pepper seasoning, some sort of fish seasoning, maybe an Italian seasoning, and then some salt and pepper. So I have my go-tos. I can put together quite a few meals with just those seasonings. Then stock up on easy vegetables. So frozen veggies. I use a lot of frozen veggies. I can get a bunch, like we talked about yesterday, buying in bulk and leave them in the freezer. I can buy the bigger packages and put them in separate freezer bags for later use. But you can either throw those things in the microwave, you can throw them on the stove and boil them real quick, you can throw them in the crock pot or a steamer, or even the Instant Pot and get those cooked up really quick. So quick, easy side, lots of variations or options. So definitely keep some of those on hand. And then add your carbohydrates. So we want to stick to whole grain carbs for as much as possible. I like the Uncle Ben's rice. So I did do a little bit of research, and the instant rice, the whole grain instant rice, doesn't have much more of an effect on blood sugar or insulin than the whole grain regular, not instant rice basically. So I do use Uncle Ben's instant rice because it's quick, easy, 90 seconds in the microwave, we're good to go. I also keep quinoa on hand. Instant Pot's pretty quick at cooking that because sometimes it takes a little longer on the stove. I keep sweet potatoes and white potatoes because I love the family. Everybody loves sweet potatoes and white potatoes. So that can be go into quite a few different meals. The thing with the starches or the carbs that take longer to cook, you can always cook ahead of time and just reheat when it's time for the meal. So I definitely do that. Okay, so step 1, keep it simple. Know kind of your basics. Keep some of those basics on hand and just start putting them together to make just simple meal: protein, vegetable, carbohydrate. Okay, number 2, batch cook. So cook once, eat twice. This is a big thing that we talk about in my program with my clients. A lot of clients are busy. They've got busier nights of the week with sports or activities, so they don't want to have to worry about cooking every night of the week. So some of them, when they do their meal plan, they plan to have leftovers uh, the night after their big meal. So they'll cook Monday and eat leftovers Tuesday, cook Wednesday, eat leftovers Thursday, and so on. Another strategy, I personally cook enough at dinner so that I have leftovers for lunch. And I'll throw it on a salad, pair it with another side or something different to mix it up just a little bit. But for the most part, I make enough for for lunch the next day, and that helps me use up leftovers. That already covers all my lunches for the week. I don't have to think twice or add anything extra to my shopping list because I have that covered. And another thing you can do is double the meal. So just double the recipe that you're going to use and freeze the second part of it for a future meal. So if you start at the beginning of the week or at the beginning of the month and you have a handful of meals that you want to make, just double the recipes, save half for later, then you can do it next week or the week after. And that'll save you time for subsequent weeks, and you can kind of plan ahead if you know the schedule's going to get busier, like soccer season's about to start, dance is about to start, something like that. So batch cooking is huge advantage, definitely helpful to simplify those busy, crazy weeknights, work nights. Okay, tip number 3 is plan ahead, and you will hear me say that a million times. Planning, planning, planning. It is key. It is key to your grocery shopping. It's key to budgeting. It's going to be key to meal planning. It's going to be key to staying on track for your health and wellness goals. Planning is so crucial. So take some time at the beginning of the week and plan all your meals for the week. Think ahead. What are you going to need for dinner meals? Are you going to cook enough to have lunch the next day, or do you need some sandwich stuff or quick, easy lunch meals, maybe some salads? And then think about your breakfast and just make sure you have everything on hand uh, or on your list, and then generate your shopping list and then get all your groceries at the beginning of the week. I haven't gotten great at prepping so much yet. I do know that it is very helpful if you can do maybe your planning on Saturday, your shopping and prepping on Sunday. That really sets you up for success during the week. But really the goal, and what I always say my goal is for the week, is to make it easier to cook at home than it is to go grab something even on a busy night. So I want to know exactly what I'm eating for the week. I want to have it either some of my harder stuff to cook, I want to have it pre-cooked or pre-chopped. I want to have simple meals. I don't want anything to take longer than 20 to 30 minutes. We as a family don't really do fast food, so if we're going to eat out, we're going to have to order it from Favor or go get something. So I literally want my meal to be easier to make or more convenient for me to cook at home than to go and get something. So I encourage you to kind of think through ways that you could do that for your family. And so with the planning strategies and the batch cooking, just find what works. Find what works for your family. Have a list of foods that you know your family likes and make those your primary, say for the proteins or for the starches. That'll kind of just be the building blocks. And then as you get more comfortable in the kitchen, you can start to expand the meals. I do use a lot of websites. So I do a Google search. Some of my favorite searches are quick, easy meals or Whole30 chicken dish or paleo pork dish. And then I do keto because we do carb cycles, so I do use a couple keto recipes. So use the internet as a powerful tool. There are tons of recipes. As you see, I'm sharing a daily link to a recipe every single day for this 21 days. It's very easy to find something quickly. And bonus tip, if you don't have everything you need, which is always me because somehow something always is missing from my grocery list, just Google the ingredients you have and search for a recipe that has those ingredients. You'll be able to likely find multiple recipes and ideas to throw together using things you already have. Which reminds me, check your pantry first. Start in your own kitchen when you're making your meal plan for the week, because likely between the freezer and the fridge and your pantry, you probably have a couple meals that just need to be put together, and maybe something that you haven't even thought of yet. So start in your own kitchen and do your search for those ingredients and kind of see what you can put together, and then build on that for the rest of the week. Okay, so those are my main tips for meal planning. There is a resource from the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics on the daily post today, so you can pull that, keep that on hand to help you with your meal planning. Let me know what your favorite tip is or what you do to simplify meal planning in your home, and share that with the group so we can use that too, because I'm always looking for new tips and new things to share with my clients. All right, you guys, I have to get ready for work. Well, I'm mostly ready, but I have to go to work. So I will check in with you guys later today, and then I'll be back on tomorrow for nutrition labels. I think that's what we're doing tomorrow. So I will see you then. Have a great day.